coolest parts of the tunnel. Well, it's all cool. Cold action.
It is a little cold, you're right, but
Yeah.
this is smart.
I've never had anybody say I was wrong.
I thought I'd go macho and I
Yeah.
can handle it, but you know what?
I've seen
Still
a lot
cold.
of big tough Alaskans in their Carhartt hoodies, and they're like, "No, I'm good. It's 25. That's t-shirt weather." For us, that is t-shirt weather when we go from minus 40 to 25.
Right.
But when you go from 70 to yeah. So this is the original entrance to the original tunnel that was dug 59 years ago. They put this ribbed support structure here basically because they didn't know what they were doing. What I mean by that is this is like a hard rock mining structure, and permafrost is very unique in that imagine you have a roast, a big giant, well, we're in Alaska, so we're going to say a moose roast. So that's a big chunk of meat. And I take it out of my freezer and I drill a 1-inch hole in that chunk of meat, and I set it back in my freezer, and I can, every time I open the door, I can look in and see that hole in that chunk of meat. But if I take that chunk of meat out and set it on the counter to defrost, that hole is not going to slam shut. As it thaws, it's just going to slowly deform and close up till I can't see it anymore. And that's exactly what would happen to our tunnel if we threw open the doors and shut off the AC in here. Slowly over time, this would just deform and close in on itself.
Right.
So this structure is here. We left it as kind of an antique, but it's not necessary. Now, if you look down this tunnel, you're going to see the walls are very irregular, right? Unlike the tunnel we just walked down where the walls were squared off. That's because that was recently excavated. In this tunnel, it's been here for 59 years. So because of the AC and the level of humidity, we suffer from what's known as sublimation. Now, sublimation for your students, I'm sure they already know, that's when the water goes from a solid to a gas with no liquid state in between. So basically our ice is evaporating. As it evaporates, now the ground is equally frozen as the ice, and the ice cemented silt, the water that's trapped in there, also sublimates, but it only sublimates back a few millimeters before the water molecules can't make it through the dirt. So, but as that happens, the dirt tends to slough off, and it exposes things like this steppe bison horn that's sticking out of the wall here.
Wow.
Now, we have no idea what's connected to that. Is it connected to a full skull, and there's another horn on the other side?
And what's the age of that?
This is, again, about 12,000.
12,000?
This is a prehistoric horse scapula. This was here. Here we have another steppe bison horn. This is a woolly mammoth humerus. So not a very funny bone, but there it is. And then this is a piece of woolly mammoth, a juvenile woolly mammoth tusk. So we know that's a tusk and not a bone of some sort because of the rings like a tooth, or a tree made it's like a tooth, not a bone. Then there's just random bones that are exposed. And this is a good example of, so you see back there is the ice. This cavity, when this was first dug, was full of ice, and it sublimated back, and then it exposed. Here's another prehistoric horse bone.